we're sitting on the balcony at the moment, which is lovely.
It's absolutely
Yeah,
beautiful. I can agree with that.
yeah.
Well, for me growing up, you've been an absolute inspiration for a start. I just love the stories when I hear what you've done and achieved throughout your life. And
Mm.
I just think it's amazing that, especially the generation you lived, a lot, and not many females could do what you did.
No, that's true. Mm.
Especially the fact that, like, what you did with having 4 children
Hmm.
and moving from house to house,
Hmm.
doing them up. Would you care to explain a bit further how you did that?
Well, I think really, Granda and I, my husband and I, we were a bit crazy, I think, really, because we had a house which we bought for £2,550.
Wow, a lot of the younger generation would be laughing at that right
And
now.
that was and we had Christopher and we had Gillian in that house, my two children. And then my husband got a job at Longest Hall Approved School for Naughty Boys, where there was a lovely house laid on. So we sold our house to John's brother
Hmm.
in Kirkhill. Then we moved to Longhurst, where incidentally, James, I have quite a lot of um, family members in Longhurst.
Hmm.
My great grandfather planted a lot of the trees. He was the gardener for Lord Joycey when they lived in the
Wow.
hall. My great great grandmother was the cook there.
Your great
My
grandmother.
great grandmother was the
Do you
cook
remember your
for
great
no,
grandmother?
no, no. But I know she was the cook at
Wow.
Longhurst. My father had a lot of friends in Longhurst. He used to spend a lot of his summer holidays in Longhurst. That was
Wow.
before we even knew it.
Hmm.
So it was strange that we should move there. And then my husband got another job as a lecturer down at Old Tyneside, and we had no money because we had 4 children by then,
Wow, yeah.
and we'd just been paying rent. And so we decided, I was speaking one day to the minister, and I said, we're looking for a house, but I said, there's none of them big enough because we've got 4 kids.
Hmm.
So he said, you don't fancy buying a chapel, do you? So we bought a disused Methodist
Wow, that
chapel
must have been
at
huge, yeah?
Broom Hill.
Was it very big?
It was huge. And that is what got us into this area because
So,
later, my husband, yes, we did it up. Meanwhile, I'd just started teaching. So I was teaching at Newbegin. We were doing the chapel up and it was a huge task.
so I'm
Huge.
sure there was some tired days for sure, yeah?
It was. I mean, yes. And then I was, yeah. I
So
mean,
so how
starting.
how did you get through all that? How did you get through, like, doing from teaching, from doing a chapel up, for having 4 kids?
I had
Like, that's absolutely, for me, it's massively inspirational. Like, a lot of generations today would complain about the most littlest things, but you've like,
I know because I'm crack.